So guys, welcome to my channel Account Pandit. This Today I'll be teaching you bookkeeping and accountancy. So do like the video, subscribe and also press the bell icon so every time I come up with a new video you'll get notified. So let's get into the video. So everyone who has just joined 11th standard and has taken the stream as commerce know that they would have been introduced to a new subject called bookkeeping and accountancy. Today I'll be telling you what exactly is bookkeeping and accountancy. Because I believe one should not directly jump onto the sums or the journal entries as we say. It's very important to know what we are studying, how is it applicable in your day-to-day life, and what's the importance of it, and to whom is it useful. So, first thing, today I'll tell you what's the difference between bookkeeping and accountancy. So, as we say bookkeeping, as I speak of bookkeeping is basically keeping the record of all the transactions in a book. Now, as we all know, someone or the other in our family, in our acquaintance, in our friends, somewhere or the other there are people who are doing business. Now it could be a small business or a big business. Now every business needs to maintain their book of records that tells them what all transactions they had, what all business they did, whom did they pay, from where did they receive their raw materials, everything like that. So when we need to keep a record of all these transactions, bookkeeping comes into place. So, bookkeeping comes into the picture. So, bookkeeping helps you to record the transactions. Now, there's this one register, or if I might exaggerate, there are a lot of books or registers, and nowadays, as we are in a technological world, it's about computers where we keep the records of this basic transaction. So, what exactly is bookkeeping? So, it's basically recording basic transactions. Now, all you might be thinking is then what's accountancy? So now what's accountancy? So accountancy is basically recording the data, classifying it into different accounts and different purposes, analyzing it as to what your accounts tell you, and then interpreting. What do we interpret by keeping accounts? Is the company making profits or the company is in a loss? How much loan have we taken, how much loan we have paid, and there are n number of things that accounts helps us to understand. These are the few examples that I gave you. I haven't erased the previous slide, work that I have written, only because I want you, if you want to make notes like a summary of things, then it can be very helpful to you. Now, who maintains this? Who makes this book? Who makes this accounts book? So it's basically the accountant or the finance department, as we say. So whom is it useful? So it's useful to the debtors, the creditors, the company itself, in order to know if it's making or losses. It's even useful to the government in order to determine which all taxes the company is liable to pay. On the other hand, investors also get a gist about whether they need to invest in this company, what future can the company have. It's not only maintained by big companies, it's also maintained by small shops. Any kind of business needs to maintain bookkeeping. Importance of bookkeeping. Now, bookkeeping helps you to take relevant decisions regarding the company. It helps you to give an insight whether you need to invest or not. It also tells you the amount of money you're supposed to pay and the amount of money you're supposed to collect from your debtors. It also helps you to tell what's your market position. So, importance of bookkeeping. It helps you to record all transactions, as a human brain cannot remember all the business transactions that happen in a year. Decision making. It helps you to take important relevant decisions regarding the business, whether expansion is required, whether diversification is required, if the product is working well in the market, if there are a lot of profits, then you just get to know that the company was selling the relevant product. Controlling, if there are losses, then you can check on your planning, and you can make changes in your decisions and control the situation. It also acts as an evidence. Tax liability. So tax liability, it helps you to determine what your tax liability exactly is. How much do you need to pay tax to your country and to the government? Now, the 3 golden rules of accounts. Always remember, these rules will help you for the lifelong accountancy. As long as you're studying accounts, as long as you're applying accounts in your life, these rules are gonna stay with you forever. They are the golden rules, these are the mantras. I'm stressing on these, as if you understand these and if you follow them perfectly, then accounts would just be a cakewalk for you. It would just be simple. You would just enjoy doing it. So, the 3 golden rules. The first golden rule is you need to debit the receiver and you have to credit the giver. Now, the other rule is, the second golden rule is, debit what comes in. Something that's coming into your business, you need to debit it, and something that's going out of your business, you have to credit it. Debit the expenses and credit the income. The third golden rule. All the expenses like rent, tax, anything that's an expense, salary, wages, you need to debit it. Whereas whatever your income is, rent could be an income, dividend could be an income. So these things you need to credit. So in this video we have spoken about what's accountancy, what's the difference between bookkeeping and accountancy, how it's relevant, how it helps you in your day-to-day life, whom the books of accounts are useful. The 3 golden rules today we discussed. In the next video, we would be doing some journal entries on the basis of these 3 golden rules. At that time, I'll even give you an explanation of all the new words that you hear for the first time in accountancy, and at times you wonder what do they mean. So rather than giving you long explanations about that, I would better give you a small gist so that you just remember. Thank you. In the next video, we will do journal entries on the basis of these rules, and I would like if you could subscribe to my channel, like, share among your friends. It would be great. Thank you.